There's sports. I
Sport?
want to do the first one because I'm gonna do like a basic range visit
Cool.
loadout, and I
Okay.
think that's like
All
you
right.
guys will have stuff that you'll add or subtract from that that'll make sense. So, when I go to the range, there's two things I might bring.
Okay.
One is I might just use like a range bag. So this is a pretty small range bag. Usually I'll have like my Ear Pro in here, Eye Pro, and then a smattering of other stuff. But to be honest, if I go to the range just for a quick visit, I don't typically take that bag. I just take a big tub. So it's just a big bin.
Big tub.
And I just throw all my stuff in here because it like whenever you're packing up to head to the range, you'll have your rifle case. I have my bin. I'll have like water and a lot of kind of stuff separate. But I thought I'd go through my bin. It just in case for cases. I really like this 3-gun case that Cabela's had for $80 or something like that.
Adriel, do you want to finish this up because you cut out halfway between?
Okay. Power just flickered. 3-gun the bag. I have a case like this. This will hold 4 handguns in it, and it was pretty inexpensive. So I use that for pistols if I'm going to take pistols out to the range. In terms of what's in the bin, right on top, targets, stapler. I've got a little case like this for Ear Pro and Eye Pro. The thing I like about this, I have one big bin that I throw everything in, and so I don't like to throw fragile stuff in it. This makes my Eye Pro and Ear Pro not
protected,
fragile because it holds them in there. Like Mo, everything has to be labeled. So these ones have labels on them because everyone has the Howard lights, and if you take them off and someone else picks them up, are they yours anymore or not?
Yeah.
Possession's 9/10 the law, right? They're not.
Correct. Yeah, that's what I keep getting told.
Yeah. If I'm gonna go to the range, I want like a steady rest that I can shoot off of. I remember a lot of times when I first started sighting things in before I was even a member of a range, if I was sighting in at the farm or something like that, I'd use a rolled up jacket or something like that. Not accurate. It's not accurate. You're not going to get a true representation of what your rifle's doing. You're not going to get a true sight in. You might be like an inch or two off because you just didn't shoot that well. Nice heavy rest is going to change that. And then I might do this for a back rest. This is an optional thing though. So if I've got this, I can pop that out front and at the back, and I can just make a fist underneath the rear of the rifle and get accurate enough. Like I'll be shooting one of my groups like that. So that's not such a big deal. If I'm going to go long range, or if I'm going to sight for someone, or even if I'm going to shoot at the 100, you don't really necessarily see bullet holes at 100. I might bring a spotting scope. Put it the right way. So this spotting scope, I can see bullet holes at 100. I can stick my camera on this, and I can see bullet impacts at 200 and 300. So
which is really cool.
That's really nice to be able to do because sometimes you want to know where your gun's shooting long range. Sometimes you're like, I think it's on at 100, but it's like quite far to the left or right at longer distances. Tripod for said thing. I might do I have like a little tabletop one, but if I put it on the same bench as I shoot from, it gets affected while I shoot, which is no good. Yeah. So it lets me put it very close to my gun, but still doesn't affect it from the shot, which is something that I like. Again, if I'm shooting long range. So when I pack guns, then I pack mags, then I pack ammo. So I've got at least those three that I've always got packed. This is my little box O possibles that I take with me. You can see on the top there, it's got my my reg certs in there, which are laminated, so they don't get makes them so they don't get roughed up too much. Little bottle of oil, just in case need to spruce things up here.
Cosmoline.
Some extra Ear Pro. I always stuff lots of extra Ear Pro in here because sometimes I screw up and I forget some other stuff. So if I have this thing, I've got some Ear Pro in there. I got some matches in case I need to start a fire or something like that. This guy gets used. Well, at my range there's a fire pit, so you could do some hot dogs or something like that, right? This little guy gets used all the time because I've got Phillips and a couple of Torx and Allen keys in there, just the most common stuff. But those Torx ones, you can use them for some Allen key stuff if you're really into in a pinch. So that's handy. Yeah. I got my conditions paper, which I don't even know if it's necessary. A Leatherman in there, which is nice and handy.
Yeah,
some Slamfire patches in case I run into a listener. A couple of random Allen keys, just the most common sizes. I probably don't want to get pulled over because this will look really terrible if a cop goes through here. But this is just like acetaminophen.
I see
and,
Tylenol. I see acetaminophen. I see also antihistamines.
I don't know what those other ones are. Maybe they're anti-diarrhea. I have no idea.
Those are the good ones. No.
Yeah, triple Claritin. On the other side, I've got a little scope wipe. I've got some concentrated camping soap. This is for washing lead off of fingertips and that kind of thing. That gets used a lot.
Good idea.
As I shoot a shadow, I have a spare lock because sometimes these break in the CZ75s. I've got some AAA and a random assortment of staples in there as well. So this is a good enough for like, I don't know, 95% of the stuff. I know some guys bring out like a huge toolkit, which is kind of funny. If you go to a 3-gun match, you're like, oh my God, I need a 764 Allen. Someone's going to have it. Someone's going to have that in their toolkit. And you're going to be like, wow, God, I'm happy you're taking this around, but yeah, I don't take everything around for 100% of all eventualities. I just take like 99%. And even as is, the screwdriver gets used a lot. The Leatherman gets used some of the time. The rest of this stuff, almost never. Yeah. The spare Ear Pro. Every once in a while, I try to stuff Ear Pro in as many of my eyeglass cases as I can, so that if I need to, I pull out my safety glasses and my Ear Pro at the same time. But sometimes sometimes I forget the Eye Pro and I have to use like my Van Eye Pro, which is just sitting in there.
Nice.
It's funny because I am the guy for a big 3-gun match that has the big toolbox and all the parts for guns I don't own and that
like
just in case.
Let me check my Allen. It's like all of them.
Yeah.
Meticulously arranged. Yeah, not me.
Yeah.